Sean. Sean, Shane.
I'm Shane. What are you talking about?
Well, your name changes because you're late, you know?
I'm not late. I'm on
Yes,
time.
you are.
No, I'm not.
Here is proof.
Wait.
What time does that look to you?
Why do you have a clock behind you?
Because I carry it around wherever I go, of course.
Wow.
Look at what time it says. It's 10 after 10.
Wait a second. Let me look at that clearly. I think actually, no. What are you talking about? That says 10 to 10.
What?
Yeah. You should learn how to tell time.
You changed the clock.
Of course not. Would I change the clock? I'm a very honest guy.
What do you guys think?
Well, I think today we're going to be talking about learning to tell the time. So maybe
Yes,
you
we
should
are.
pay attention.
Wow.
Pay attention. 10 to 10.
The late guy.
All right, we'll be back at 10 o'clock sharp.
Joey is learning to tell time from Phoebe.
Can you teach me how to tell time?
Sure. The big hand indicates the minutes. The little hand indicates the hour. Also, the number 12 equals 0 minutes.
Hello, everybody. It is 10 o'clock sharp. And welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Shane.
I'm Nina, and it was not 10 o'clock. You were late. How can it be 10 o'clock now?
Well, maybe we took a time machine? No, it's because you don't know how to tell time. It was 10 to 10 before.
Wow. I think it's because Shane keeps touching the clock and changing the time.
Who, me? I would never do something like that.
Yes, because you're so innocent.
Of course. So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about learning to tell time.
Okay.
Yes. Joey is learning to tell time from Phoebe.
Okay, so this is a conversation that Joey and Phoebe are having about
Yes.
telling the time. So if we tell time, what are we saying to time? Like, hello, time, let me tell you something.
Yeah, that doesn't
You
make
are
sense.
awesome, time. What does it mean to tell time?
What does it mean to tell time? I think it means when you look at the time or look at the clock, you can tell me what time it is.
So for example, what time is it now? Ta-da!
It is 9 o'clock, so I am telling time.
So you know how to tell the time.
Yes, better than you. Yes, so when you can tell time, it means you can read it or understand a clock that tells you the time.
Okay, and I guess this kind of clock is harder.
Yes.
But on our cell phones, actually, you don't. It's easier to tell the time.
Yeah, because you just have numbers on
But
there.
we're going to teach you how to tell the time in the old school way. This is how we used to tell time.
Yes, back when we didn't have digital watches.
That's right. Okay, so how about I will be Joey?
Okay, and I'll be Phoebe.
Okay, great. So Joey says, can you teach me how to tell time?
This makes sense because you don't know how to tell
I
time.
do know how to tell the time. My character is Joey.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to tell time.
All
I'm
right.
great at it.
Sure. All right, Phoebe says, sure, the big hand indicates the minutes. Let's look over here.
Okay.
The big hand indicates the minutes. The little hand indicates the hour. Also, the number 12 equals 0 minutes.
Oh. Wow, okay. So we can see the clock here. We talked about a big hand and a small hand or little hand, right? You can say
Yes.
both.
Yes.
So the little hand here is pointing to the hour. That's what we know, an hour. And then the little hand.
Oh, see, you can't tell time. This is the big
Oh,
hand.
sorry, it's hard for me to look at it and talk to them at the same time. So yeah, we can see here that it's 9 o'clock, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have hand, but are we talking about these kind of hands?
I mean, it could be these hands or it could be hands on a clock.
Right, so when we call a hand on a clock a hand,
Yes.
I guess it's because, yeah, you can look
Looks
like
like a
this.
hand.
It kind of looks like a hand.
Yes.
So the hand there just means the part that shows you, it indicates something, right? Which is our
Yes.
next vocabulary word. It shows you what time it is. So that's the
Yes.
hand there.
So indicate is a verb. It shows you or points out basically making something clear in another way.
Okay. So if there are clouds in the sky, what does that indicate?
It indicates it's about to rain.
That maybe it's going to rain,
Yes.
right? Right? So it's showing you or that, hey, it might rain.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So we have one more vocabulary word. Equal.
Equal.
So
The
this is-
symbol.
yeah. So we know this in math, right?
Yes.
So if we say something is equal to something else, right? Or 2
Two twos.
plus 2 equals 4. It means that they're the same. 2 and 2 of something is
Yes.
the same of having 4 of something, right? So it just means that they're the same. They're
Yes.
equal. Are we equal?
I don't think in terms of our height, no.
No, so it depends on what we're talking about. We're
Yes.
both human beings.
Yeah.
We both have equal rights.
Yes, we do.
hopefully. But
Well-
maybe I'm a little bit taller than you.
Yeah.
You're cuter than me.
True.
So we're not exactly equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what age were you, by the way, when you learned to tell the time?
Ah, good question. I don't really remember actually, but I
Yeah.
know that my mother said that I learned to tell the time when I was quite young. But I think my mother was just trying to make me feel good.
Yeah, I think she would be a little bit biased.
Of course. Well, how old were you? Do you remember?
I actually have no idea. I just remember that I was a very smart child, so probably younger than you.
Whoa, okay. Because some people really will have trouble telling time even as an adult or they get older.
Yeah.
I think you need to learn when you're really young and then
You get used to it,
you
right?
get used to it and then it becomes easy. But I think for some people it's more difficult than other people.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That's okay. We don't really need to tell the time in the old-fashioned way anymore. You
Yeah.
can just look at a digital watch or clock or,
Or your
on,
phone.
on your phone.
Yeah.
And you just have to say the numbers. So if it's 10 o'clock on your phone, you just say it's 10:23, 1023. It's easy to tell the time.
Yes.
Okay, why don't we take a break and we'll be back in no time.
See you.
So when the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1, it's 1 o'clock?
Correct. If we move the big hand to 3, that's 1:15 or quarter after 1.
And if it's on 6, it's 1:30.
You can also say half past 1.
Then if it's on 9, it's 1:45 or a quarter before 2.
Actually, it's quarter to 2. All right, guys, welcome back.
It's still 10 o'clock.
No, I don't think it is.
This clock must be broken.
Or you must be playing with
Or
it.
I keep playing with it and changing the time. It's like magic. How am I doing that?
He's making himself not late.
Yeah, okay. So in our conversation, Joey is trying to find out how to tell the time
Yes.
from Phoebe.
Yes, exactly.
These are just characters. Shane knows how to tell the time.
Of course. he
Joey
does.
doesn't know how to tell the time. Okay, so let's continue the conversation.
Okay.
Joey says, so when the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1, it's 1 o'clock? All right, so let's change this to 1 o'clock. Whoa, zoo, 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 zoo. We're going, it's like a time machine.
Yeah, you have a lot of practice.
We're going back in time. So the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1. That means it's 1 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so o'clock. I mean, why do we keep saying o'clock?
I believe we use o'clock when the minutes are 0, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So it's a
so-
way of talking about the time.
Yes.
We use it with like 1 through 12
Yes.
to say what the time is.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we have the little hand is on 3 and the big hand is on 12, what time will it be?
It would be 3 o'clock.
Right, so we can change that here. So I can use my magic to change it. And now it is 3 o'clock. The big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 3.
Exactly.
Okay, so Phoebe?
And Phoebe says, correct. if we move the big hand to 3, that's 1:15 or quarter after 1.
So like that?
Let me see. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
1:15 because each of these little dots is 1 minute. So as you can see, 1:15.
Okay, so it means 1:15 or quarter after 1.
Yeah, what is a quarter?
So a quarter is like 1/4.
Yeah,
right?
so
A quarter.
1/4. 1 out of 4.
Yeah, because if we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it's the first one, so it's quarter after.
Exactly. So a quarter of 60 minutes is 15 minutes. That's right.
That's correct.
Exactly.
So what does correct mean? If I tell you you're correct,
That means I am right.
you are right. Are you always correct?
Pretty much all the time.
Pretty much all the time. So you could say, also it can mean like true.
Yes.
So is it true that the clock says 1:15?
Yes, it is true. It is correct.
That is correct. Okay. And quarter, we explained what that means,
Yes,
right?
1/4.
What is quarter has another meaning when we're talking about money?
A quarter,
It can-
with money, American money,
American
it
money.
means 25 cents, right?
Yeah.
Because there are 100 cents in a dollar.
Yeah, so if there's 100 cents in a dollar and you have 25 cents,
It is 1/4, a quarter.
yeah, it's a quarter, so we call that in American money, we call that a quarter.
Yes, we do.
So we have different meanings for this word quarter, but they always seem to be like 1/4,
Yes.
right? That meaning, okay. Oh no, I think we still need this, don't we?
Yeah, Joey needs to learn how to tell time.
Okay. So Joey continues to say, and if it's on 6, it's 1:30. So he's talking about the big hand, right?
Yes.
So if we move the big hand to 6 down here, now it's 1:30.
Yes, and Phoebe says you can also say 1:30. Why half? Because 30 minutes out of 60 is half.
It's half of that.
Yes,
yeah.
it's 1 out of 2.
Okay, yeah, so we're just going, also you can think of it as about going halfway around the clock,
Yes.
right? So when the big hand gets halfway around the clock, then it's half past whatever the hour is here.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, telling time is pretty complicated.
Yeah, but I think, we usually get the hang of it, right?
Okay, so Joey, I have to keep getting my clock. So Joey says, then if it's on 9, it's 1:45 or quarter before 2. So he moves this to 9 now, okay?
1:45 or quarter before 2. Phoebe says, actually, it's 1:45.
Oh, so he said before because actually, look here, it's before the next hour.
Yes, but the way we like to say it is in a quarter, in 15 minutes, it will be 2. So 2.
So what if I move it to here? Now it's what time? 1:45
to 3.
1:45 to 3 or
Or,
2:45.
exactly.
Whew, I said 2:44. See, it's hard for me to see. Now, with my magic, my magic is broken. Okay,
can change.
there, now it's 2:45.
Yes, quarter to 3.
Wow. So it's even a little bit difficult for
Yeah.
us to think about that as native English speakers. You have to think about it a little bit. So it's something that you need to memorize.
Yes.
Once you memorize how to do it
Practice, use it more often.
and practice, then it will become more natural. But I think for us, we're out of practice because we're using cell phones all the
Yeah.
time now. It's so easy to tell the time.
Yeah, but we should still definitely learn how to tell the time from a clock because every now and then you won't have your phone, but you might see a clock around.
Especially in classrooms or office buildings, they like to use this kind of clock,
Yes,
don't
they do.
Okay, and well, I hope you learned a little bit about something about telling the
Telling
time.
Yes, I hope you learned it as well, and that's it for today.
Okay,
Thank you.
see you next time.
Joey is learning to tell time from Phoebe.
Can you teach me how to tell time?
Sure. The big hand indicates the minutes, the little hand indicates the hour. Also, the number 12 equals 0 minutes.
So when the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1, it's 1 o'clock?
Correct. If we move the big hand to 3, that's 1:15 or quarter after 1.
And if it's on 6, it's 1:30.
You can also say half past 1.
Then if it's on 9, it's 1:45 or a quarter before 2.
Actually, it's quarter to 2.
Hi， 各位同学，我是维尼，又到今天的单字用语时间了。我们来看第一个字 hand， 名词，钟表的指针。This clock has a special design for the hands。这个时钟的指针设计好特别。那第二个呢是 indicate， 动词，表示或是指示。Snow indicates the coming of winter。下雪呢就表示冬天来了。第三个字是 o'clock， 它是名词，是几点整。I wake up at 8 o'clock every day。我每天8点整起床。那最后这个字呢是 correct， 它是形容词，正确的。You can find the correct answers in the book。你可以从书中找到正确的答案。好，刚刚都学会了吗？那我们来学一些新的用语。首先呢，来看看第一个字是 tell time， 看时间。那注意动词要用 tell， 而且 time 之前不用加冠词。I rely on my phone a lot to tell time。我常常用我的手机来看时间。接着呢是 Can you teach me how to， 然后加动词。你可以教我做某件事吗？那你可以将 how to 加动词看成是 teach 的受词。He wants to teach his students how to cook。他想要教他的学生们煮饭。那最后呢是 move A to B， 把 A 移到 B。move 是动词，移动什么什么位置的意思。Let's move all the boxes to the basement。basement 呢是名词，是地下室，意思就是我们把这些箱子移到地下室吧。拜拜 ，See you next time。
Matsu's famous Tunnel 88 is located a 1-minute drive away from Nangang Airport. The tunnel was dug out of granite rock on the mountainside. The tunnel was first used by the nationalist military. Now the tunnel is used by the Matsu winery. The temperature of the tunnel is between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius all year. This is the best temperature for storing wine. Large old wine jugs line the walls leading to the entrance of the tunnel. A strong smell of wine welcomes people as they enter the tunnel.
See you next time.